Let's bring in Craig Button now. And Craig, last year the Canadiens clawed their way into the playoffs. This year, they are just 3 points out of the top spot in the division. So when it comes to the trade deadline, is now the time for GM Kent Hughes to get aggressive?
I think when opportunity presents itself, managers should always be ready to act. And if that means being more aggressive, less aggressive, but when opportunity comes about, you have to be ready for it. You can't just say we're going to wait for this date or we're going to wait for that date. Obviously, the trading deadline is going to offer different opportunities based on what teams are looking to move some of their players and what might be available to them. But Kent Hughes has shown that he'll be aggressive. He was aggressive last year at the trade deadline in saying, our team is really good. We're going to stay with our group of players, even though they're pending free agents. I'm not looking to get something back because what I can get back is far more important, and that was getting into the playoffs. It's exactly what happened. He made a big trade for Noah Dobson in the summer. That was opportunity that presented itself. He just made a really good trade for Philip Domino to add more experience to his team. So as I point out these different timelines and where the opportunity arose and fit for what the Montreal Canadiens were looking to do, that's where a manager has to look at. And I think Kent Hughes is looking how to bolster his lineup, how to strengthen his lineup. He's got some injured players. Some of them are coming back. Kirby Dach, Newhook should be coming back sometime in the near future. Hopefully Line A will be back. And then you got Caden Gooley is already back in the lineup. So seeing how your team functions with your full health at hand is really important. But I think Kent Hughes has shown that when opportunity presents itself, he will act. And we're going to have pre-Olympic trade deadline, and then we're going to have the real deadline. I don't think there's any question that Kent Hughes is looking to strengthen his team.
Yeah, so they can go all the way. Now, you are TSN's director of scouting, which makes you the perfect person to ask this. Okay, Craig, are there any prospects in the Habs system you'd consider to be untouchable?
You know, it's such a great question, Sarah, because, you know, what does untouchable mean? I was in Dallas when we traded Jerome McGinley. We would have considered him an untouchable, but then Joe Nieuwendyk became available. So when I look at the Montreal Canadiens prospect pool, I think it's really good. We can look at Jacob Fowler, who's played games. He's now in Laval. We can look at Michael Hage, who's a really top-notch player at Michigan. So I guess what I would say, if there's two players that I would be really reluctant to move unless there was something significant, it would be Jacob Fowler and it would be Michael Hage. Two players that are not currently on their lineup, and I don't have any question in my mind Jacob Fowler can be a #1 goaltender, and I think Michael Hage is going to be a real top-notch offensive producing center. So after that, I might be a little bit more open to what becomes available and having those discussions. But if you're talking about Fowler and Hage, you better come talking seriously about real players, because I'm not trading those guys unless I'm getting something back real that helps me right now.
Yeah, the takeaway from this overall, Craig, is that if the opportunity is there, you act. Now, FanDuel, they haven't bought into the Canadiens as true contenders just yet. They're still listed at 50-1 to win the Cup, and that's behind 11 other teams, including the Toronto Maple Leafs.